There is a strategy that not many people use. It's incredibly effective, and it will help you achieve a lot more of your goals in your life. It'll help you feel better about yourself, feel more confident, have more momentum, and feel much more fulfilled about everything that you're doing. And the reason why many of us don't use it is because it's really scary. The tactic, the strategy, the method is to dive in first and learn later. Many times we want to try something, learn something, or do something different. And the first thing that we do is to think. Think about how it's going to go, how we might perform, what might happen, what people might say, so on and so forth. And what this does is it paralyzes us from actually taking the action. And so now we are in our head analyzing, thinking, trying to figure out before the problems even occur. You see, the best way to solve your problems, as I often say to my clients, is to actually experience them and then find a way to solve them. The way that most people try to solve their problems is to project their problems, try to anticipate what might go wrong, and then figure out a way that they can protect against it happening. And this is a really, really bad idea for a number of reasons. One, it's putting you in your head thinking about things that might never happen. Two, it's creating friction between you and taking action. It's creating really a stop in the momentum, a block, if you will. And three, it lowers your self-esteem and your confidence to the point where you start questioning and doubting everything that you're doing because you have to always try to be ahead of the game. Now, I'm not saying don't plan your week and don't plan your month and don't plan your year, because you should definitely do that. I do that and it's very effective. But I'm not planning what if this happens. I'm planning what action I'm going to take. And as I take it, I can see what the output is, and then I can accordingly make adjustments, learn, improve, grow, get better. It's not about perfection, it's about overall progress in reasonable time. That's really it. That's all we're asking for. You see, it's much easier to think and wonder and worry and project. Those patterns are addictive and they crush your soul. Here's the thing. When I realized I was pretty okay at coaching when I first started my business, but I was pretty bad at actually attracting people to work with. I realized I needed to work on attracting people to work with me. Then I got really good at it and I didn't have a problem with it anymore. If I was going to project what I might be bad at and worry that I might not be able to coach somebody, then I would have stopped myself from learning what I was actually good at, what I struggled with, where I needed more work, and I would have stayed stuck in the same position that I was 5 years ago. The reason why my business exploded, my health got better, my life improved so drastically over short spurts of time is because I took action and I solved the problems along the way. And that's what I want you to do in any area of your life, not just in business or career, in relationships too. See what's going wrong. Look at what the patterns are. Look at what's not working and address it. Find a way to overcome it. Be creative and brainstorm solutions together. It's not so hard, right? Most people aren't putting in that work. Instead, they're wondering, what does she or he think of me? What do they believe to be true about how I feel about them, what they feel about me, and then what I feel about what they feel about, they feel about. That's a real brain fuck, right? It's just trapping you in a never-ending, vicious mental cycle, and it's not helpful at all. So let's discontinue that behavior as it's not serving us. And let's get really clear here. If we want to do something, if we want to achieve a goal, it's best to move. Start the momentum and then figure it out. It's not so difficult. If you're not good at something, get help. That's what I did. I hired coaches and mentors and trainers and whatever I needed at the time. And that support, it was game changing because I knew what I needed support on. Imagine this. I want to start a business, but I don't know what business to start. I'm going to think on it for a while. Doesn't usually end up going anywhere. Okay, the things that I enjoy are 1, 2, and 3, A, B, and C. I'm going to try B because it's the most fun, tempting, engaging, exciting thing that I have on this list right now. Let's do it. I start it. This doesn't work. This is a problem. Here's an issue. All right, let's fix them. Let's get better. Let's improve. That's the fun of it. That's the game. But instead, we're in that pre-stage of thinking what might happen so much that we don't get to actually play and experience. So whether you already have something that's running and you're successful, or whether you're just starting out, whatever you want next, leap. Take the chance, take the dive, take the plunge, and then figure it out. Maybe it's a mistake, maybe you did something wrong, maybe you need to adjust the course. All fine, all doable. But sitting in your head, thinking, worrying, being concerned, projecting into the future, you're suffocating your creativity, your flow, your life essence, really. That energy, that momentum, it's just getting trapped. And we are energetic beings. And stopping and stunting our own growth is not going to do us any favors. You need to open up, create movement and flow as much as you possibly can if you want to feel good, happy, make progress, learn lessons, and grow. It's not about making the right decision all the time. It's not about getting it perfect or optimized on every step of the journey. It's more so, can you really take that leap, take that next step? Because sometimes that's backwards. Sometimes you get a little worse before you get better. And that's all right. It's not just get better, get better, get better every day. Sometimes it's you go back to where you were 3 months ago for a day or two, but then you create a big breakthrough. Or maybe you're in a rut for a month, but that creates the desire and the energy that then pushes you up and moves you past where you've ever been before and destroys your plateau. Sitting on that plateau, wondering, projecting, thinking, it's a trap. And I've seen hundreds of people fall into that I've worked with. And it's just a really convenient story to tell yourself where you can be comfortable. And it's nice to be comfortable because it's not scary. There's no growth. You can just coast. It feels nice. And I understand you might want to do that for a while. I certainly have. I'm sure we're all guilty of it. But eventually you're going to want to move. So stop thinking. Start leaping. Start learning along the way. There is no perfect execution. There's no need for perfect execution. Remember that. It will make your journey a lot more enjoyable, a lot more pleasant, and it'll take you a lot further in the long run. At least that's been the case in my experience.